Тихо, стоять. Привет, привет. Я вчера не смог постримить нифига, потому что я нифига не смог посидеть за компом. Вот, в общем, был тяжелый день. Вот, типа, ну. А сегодня мы продолжим. Мы посмотрим вторую часть. Ну, хотя бы пару часов, потому что я сегодня тоже дико уставший. Но так как из графика выбиваться, ну, нельзя. Придется постримить. Вот, там еще на выходные что-то поменялось. В общем, скорее всего, в субботу будет стрим, а в воскресенье не будет. Но это потом. В курсе дела поймем, что да как. Также постараюсь все-таки разобраться с остальными играми, которые надо поиграть. И это, вот это вот. В общем, играть. Я посмотрел, как выглядит игра, так что пару этих я успел посмотреть. Так, ну, мышка такая слишком. Ну, так нормально будет. Начало игры я знаю. Настройки языка. Ну, типа у нас тут только 2 языка озвучки и несколько русских. Несколько текста. Так, новая игра. Да. Господи, как она орёт.
It seems like you need to be solaced, telling from the scratch on your knee. You fell and got hurt in the process, and now you come crying to me. I catered for these circumstances, and hands carry needle and stitch in my pants. Don't worry, my dear, there is nothing to fear. Just a stitch and a sew, soon it's almost as new, and the cut will adhere. After all, you have to admit it is not as severe.
Напомню то, что в конце первой части все пошло не по плану, и в итоге нам пришлось, сколько я помню, зарезать Харви, чтобы, ну, по сюжету, чтобы избавиться от нашего прошлого. Кстати, поет тот же парень, который пел в этих между сценами в Японии, насколько я понимаю.
I catered for these circumstances, and hands carry needle and stitch in my pants. But yet needle and thread can bear dangers instead. If you're clumsy and plump and all fingers and thumbs, it might just turn out bad, especially when it comes to delicate operations like that. Oh, I have needle and stitch right here. Take care or you'll end up scarred, my dear.
Привет, Туфи.
I can't stand to watch children bleed. I guess I should revise my statement. The wound is not going to heal. Forget about all that I said and work harder on your stitching skill. I catered for these circumstances and hands carry needle and stitch in my pants. Now you pay the bill for your lack of skill. And please do stop crying and mourning and sighing. Don't weep like a whelp that is painfully dying. I merely was trying to help.
Да, это такая заставка. Ну, это ревью.
Oh, I have needle and stitch right here. Take care or you'll end up scarred, my dear. I can't stand to watch children bleed.
Hello, dear friends of adventure games. The spyware we installed on your computers tells me that many children
Экран сидит много детей, вирус, поэтому я воздержусь от этой истории, которую я подготовил для вас. Разумеется, мне очень жаль, это была очень хорошая история. Со зрелищем взрывами, огромным роботом-опоссумом, но также с нецензурными высказываниями и порядочным количеством насилия. В историю, которую я рассказал вам, много другая атмосфера. Она Лилия, самая добродетельная девочка во всем мире. И я начинается во дворе небольшой тихой монастырской школы. Недалеко от того места, где огромный робот-опоссум высасывает мозги невинных прохожих прямо через их глазницы. Фу! Ну хватит об этом. Сегодня чудный день, солнечный денек. Лили убирает листья во дворе, напевая веселую песню. Походу, с первой части денег хватило на одну песню какой-то группы. Ну блин. В тему же, в тему. Глава 1. Монастырская школа. О, Эдна. Какая ты взрослая.
Oh, there you are. Is that Moloch making you rake leaves again? Uh-huh. How boring. And so unnecessary, too. The leaves all drift back onto the path anyway. You should just come with me instead. I'm on a treasure hunt right now, you know? Well, it's your decision. You can always come to the swing tree later, when you're done here. I think I found something in the flower beds over there. Until then, see ya.
Блин, Эдна. Эдна. А что, озвучка опять искать полстрима? Я ж помню, что она была. Не было ее, я искал. Я искал целых 20 минут. В последнее время чистили случаи неверного обращения с компьютерными играми для того, чтобы минимизировать риск травм организма срок поддерживать следующих правил безопасности. Не нужно нам обучение, не нужно. Нэп. Нэп. Шкряп, шкряп, шкряп. Попробуй сам поискать, я не нашел. Не будет мемных фраз. Я же говорю, попробуй.
What's that noise outside? It's unbearable! Lily! Now I've had it up to here! I guess I overestimated you once again. You're not even fit to rake leaves. It doesn't matter. I have two new tasks.
Еще 2 дела.
The flower beds in the backyard
Пахать клумбы на заднем дворе.
Can you manage that? I doubt it.
Сомневаюсь, что посмотрим. На заднем дворе двери сначала не завелись термиты. Придумал, как избавиться от них навсегда. Еще раз для тупых. Перекопать клумбы. Избавиться от термитов на дереве с качелями.
In the meantime, Lily had collected many little
Он собирал много сокровищ.
no
Ни одно сокровище не так
treasure was
важно для нее,
important
как
to her
дружба с
as
Эдной.
her friendship
Уважаю.
with Edna. Lily had started a poem about rake prongs, but she couldn't find
Найти
anything that
рифму.
rhymed with children's
Детская
skin.
кожа. Да, тут управление слегка другое. И... Ну, еще к колодцу. Садовый шланг. Ага. Ага.
Hey, get lost. Go find another place to play.
How sweet. Apparently Freeman
Фриман
was
волновался
worried
за
about
Лили.
Lily.
No thanks. I can do it myself. Oh, Lily. I thought somebody was there. Don't bug me. I'm busy.
Ну, я тоже не нашел. Я поискал в этом, скажем так, неофициальных сайтах. Там тоже нет. Все пишут, то, что на вторую часть озвучки нету. Можно, конечно, попробовать зайти к тем, кто озвучивал. Может, у них есть хоть какие-то записи, но я, опять же, ни их не нашел, ни тех не нашел. В общем, без озвучки, походу.
Didn't I tell you to leave me alone? I'm trying to concentrate, okay? Something is down there in the well.
Что-то на дне
See
колодца.
something sparkling. Oh man, I hope it's the key
Ключ
to
от
the
подвала.
cellar. That would be so gumbo.
Гамбо? Какой гамбо? Гамбо?
Let me guess. You don't know what gumbo is, right? Oh, Lily, you're just hopelessly square. Guys as cool as me say that's totally gumbo. Or that gumbos. But you're just lame, totally ungumbo.
Эх ты, ничего не понимаешь. Походу, после первой части разработчики зажались и не стали озвучить вторую. Нет, разработчики как раз таки озвучили. Не озвучили эти фанаты.
Don't you have anything to do? Isn't there something you're supposed to be doing for Mother Superior? I knew it. You're such a loser for getting constantly stuck with those jobs. What is it this time? Do you have to alphabetically
Сортировать
sort the
удобрения по
compost
алфавиту.
again? Or remove the hair
Выдергивает
from her
волосы у
back?
нее из... О! В общем, фанаты... Да их тоже осуждать, конечно, такое себе. А разве первую часть не разраба озвучили? Нет, вроде как.
Don't tell me. You're supposed to get rid of
Надо
the
избавиться от
termites on
термитов
the
на дереве
swing
с качелями,
tree,
да?
right? Well,
Удачи.
good luck. The swing tree's made of sweet licorice, and termites are known for going crazy over candy.
Термиты обожают все
Never
сладкое.
manage it.
Короче, с Universal Edition была собрана только из-за того, что кто-то озвучил первую часть, и разрабы решили через такой большой промежуток времени собрать все это в кучу,
Let me guess. You have to dig up the flower beds, right?
клумбу перекопать.
Well, good luck. That's gonna take forever with your little girly hands. But don't think I'll lend you a shovel.
Думаю, что я
when
должу
I
тебе
get into
лопату,
the
когда
cellar.
попаду в подвал.
That is, unless you
Если только
do
не
want to help me get the
не поможешь мне
key
с
from the
ключом
bottom of the well.
на дне колодца.
That's what I thought. Because it's forbidden, right? Oh man, Lily. You're so straight, it's a miracle anyone can tell you apart from the trees.
Правила школы.
Is this gonna be another one of your lectures about law and order at the convent? I'm so interested.
Мне так интересно. Нельзя в подвал.
We're not allowed in the cellar. Jeez, Lily, you're like a broken record. We can't do this. We can't do that. Don't drink motor oil.
Не пей моторное масло, не играй с розетками.
You really know how to spoil all the fun. No wonder no one likes you. What now? Can't you see I'm busy with the well? Or did your oh-so-great Mother Superior forbid that too? Uh-huh. Oh yeah? That just proves how absurd adults' rules are.
Колодец
You're
глубокий.
still here? Don't creep around like that. I almost fell in the well from fright. Oh, how cute. Are you worried about me now? Or what? Don't worry. I'm not stupid. I'm not gonna climb down into the well. But not because Mother Superior has forbidden it. Just because it really is too dangerous. Although...
Колодец слишком опасный.
What? I know that Mother Superior doesn't want us climbing into the... Why don't you tell so on the contrary? That's
Это даже
almost an
стимул.
incentive. I do almost anything to avoid becoming such a conformist little robot like you.
Теперь придется либо не играть во время стрима, либо самому потом поиграть. А в чем проблема? Тебе надо озвучивать или что?
I said get lost. It's none of your business what I'm doing here. I said get lost. It's none of your...
Ясно все с тобой. Что за ключ?
Really, Lily, stop talking so much. Unless, of course, you have an idea how I can get the cellar key. Just think of all the things I could do with it. I hear that awesome stuff is stored down there. Not just junk like shovels and brushes and all that. I'm talking about real treasures.
Настоящее сокровище. Зачем тебе ключ от подвала?
You can blab as much as you want. My complete attention is focused on the cellar key at the bottom of the well. I hear that awesome stuff is stored down there.
Но правила школы. Наверное, будет все озвучивать на пару человек, играй как хочешь. Ага.
No thanks. I can do it myself.
Сам можешь. Окей.
This hadn't been very effective, but Lily still felt that she had gotten much closer to her goal.
Ясно. Может, игра придет?
No thanks. I can do it myself.
Окей.
Hey, get lost. Go find another place to play.
How sweet. Apparently, maybe...
Так, левой клавишей применить, правой отменить. Я так понимаю.
The idea was good.
Идея была хороша, но у Лили слишком короткие руки.
Go find another place to play.
How sweet. Apparently...
Ясно. И у нас тут, по сути, больше ничего не остается. Тут в Гоге рогалик прикольно сдает. Вот в него пока и поковыряюсь. А что за название? Ну что, провалился, что ли?
When Lily returned to the well, Freeman was gone.
Провалился. Так. Я думаю, тут во второй части все-таки есть вариативность.
The cellar door could only be opened with the correct key.
Нужен ключ. Зачем?
bad. The faucet was dry.
В кране не было воды. Да, мы, наверное, еще спустимся, да?
The idea was good, but Lily's
Понял, короткие руки. Мисс, короткие руки.
Lily was excited. Where could the hose lead to? What a surprise. The hose led to
Штуки.
thing.
Это у нас что-то вроде насоса, но он, наверное, выкачивает воду из... Господи. Как это называется? Маленькое озеро. Лужайка. Роги Легаси. Роги Легаси, это же футбол на колесах. О, Эдна. Самая милая личико.
Don't bother, Lily. We'll never dig up the treasure without a shovel.
Оказывается, вышла вторая часть этого ролика. В 2020 году. Я думал, что ее еще делают. Пруд. Да, пруд, лужайка, говорю.
The swing tree was crawling with termites. Why did Mother Superior dislike these cute little animals so much? The yard waste was rotting away leisurely in the composting bin. A paradise for maggots and spiders. Lily couldn't stop watching the fascinating activity in there. Lily would have loved to have played on the completely harmless tire swing. That's why she immediately climbed on the termite-infested tree. At least she would have done that, but apparently she preferred the risk of getting into deep trouble as soon as the players signed off. The tire swing was dangling invitingly above the chasm from a termite-eaten branch.
Rocket League это не то? Роги Легаси. А, Rocket League. Понял.
Edna was Lily's best friend. She always knew how to cheer up Lily. For example, by sabotaging the brakes on the mailman's bicycle.
У меня ухо чешется прям так. Почему бы это? Почему чешется ухо?
Hey, Lily, did you finally get out of doing your stupid raking chore? Uh-huh. Very good. Then you finally got time to go treasure hunting with me? What? Did you get even more chores to do? Uh-huh. That's so unfair. But maybe we can still find a way for you to help me. That would be cool. I'm sure you're dying to know how the treasure hunting's going, right? Uh-huh. Well, to be honest, not so great. The ground is just too hard. I doubt I'll be able to find anything here without a shovel. But I already have lots of cool dirt under my fingernails, and I even swallowed a slug by accident. A small
Проглотила
consolation
личинку?
from Mother Nature.
Гадость.
What do you have to do for Mother Superior now? Don't tell me you have to scrape off her warts with a pumice stone again. I'm still finding crumbs in our bunk from last time.
Фу. Фу-фу. У меня такое ощущение, что я тебя запутал, а ты сказал, что понял и запутал меня. Понял.
Told you to get rid of the termites
Вы друг
on
друга
the
поняли,
swing,
так?
right? It was just a question of time. Does she even realize how hard it was to collect them all? I even broke into the firefighters museum to get the large red ones. And then all the trouble I went to teaching them tricks. They can already do a polonaise.
Они могут танцевать полонез, если выложить им дорожку. Я еще хотел научить их ча-ча-ча. То, что вы же собираетесь с ними делать. Я тебе помогла, но у меня кончился джем.
Are you still worried about the termites? I'd really love to help you, but unfortunately, I don't have any more jelly to lure the little darlings someplace else. But when we found the treasure, we can buy ourselves a whole jelly factory. Or even better, a honey farm. I think honey is much cooler than jelly anyway. It sticks to the bottoms of your shoes better. And if we had a honey farm, we could also train the bees. Maybe there's still a chance for my project. Peepholes for the Great Wall of
Форточка для
China.
Великой Китайской
After all.
Стены. Что за план такой?
Wait, Lily. This is an especially hard spot. Oh, what a drag. This is ruining all my calluses.
Стерла все свои мозоли. Так долго отращивала.
These flower beds could really use some digging. Don't tell me that's exactly what Mother Superior ordered you to do. But that's fabulous. And you'll be able to help me dig up the treasure after all. You don't even have a choice. You've been kind of told to by the Lord. All we still need is a shovel. The shovel, Lily. We'll never dig up the treasure without a shovel. I don't know where we can find a shovel either. I'd imagine they're kept in the cellar. Now we just need to find a way to get down into the cellar. You can't walk through walls by any chance, can you? We really have to teach you how to do that one of these days. But first you should concentrate on the shovel. It has top priority.
Нира, привет.
Are you still worried about the termites? I really let them watch you. When we stop reading, I think honey is much cooler than jelly. It sticks to the bottom if we had easy things.
Как долго меня не было? Стримов 5, наверное. Мы успели столько сделать.
Mother Superior is having a bad day again, isn't she? That wasn't hard to guess. The last good day she had was when everyone got mumps.
Когда все заболели свинкой, ни разу не слышу, что она так смеялась.
Okay?
Окей. Так, и еще что там было? Термиты? А, мы все сказали уже. Так, и что нам делать? Это всей жизни выпало, конечно. Я вчера выпал из графика. Так, нам надо придумать... Как нам... Я забыл про налог на игру. Налог на игру.
Lily, turn that off immediately. Lily, turn that off immediately.
Бедные Лили. И, короче, опять без работы, денег и документов. Так, что такое? Что случилось? Отбойный молоток?
The
Лопата.
idea was good, but a shovel. That's exactly what Lily needed. But she'd never get to it from here. Lily knew that this device was called an air hammer, but she didn't know why anyone would want to hammer air.
Как его надо отбивать? Печка? Ну, блин.
Digested grass.
Переварена трава, крыса, голубь.
Lily assumed these
Я решил, что эти консервы были для столовой.
cafeteria.
Но эти сборы на игру. Нет, ничего не понял. Какие еще сборы на игру? На этот раз работа не нашлась, деньги ушли на кота, а документы переделываются. Кто мне там говорил то, что он этот прошляпил учебный год и в итоге будет поступать на следующем. Я не помню, кто это говорил. Блин, я не уверен, там снизу парень.
Lily heard strange noises from the bottom of the well. But she was a good little girl, and she knew she wasn't supposed to play near the well. Just like Freeman. She had even told him so herself. Where could he be?
Куда он подевался?
Lily wasn't allowed into the convent until the gardening had been done. Hopefully it wouldn't start hailing again.
Так.
Too bad. The faucet was dry.
Я еще спать хочу, а в этом не поступило. Буду снова. А ты не говорил. Чего мне кажется, что об этом говорил? Нет, точно не снайпер. Это было тогда, когда я еще играл в факторку. Блин, ну обидно, конечно. И куда я могу ее подсоединить, интересно?
Lily, turn that off immediately. Lily, turn that off immediately. Lily, turn that off immediately.
А.
The swing tree was crawling with termites. Why did Mother Superior dislike?
Угу, понятно. А что за документы делаются? Если, конечно, не секрет.
Hey, Lily, what's new? What do you have to do for Mother Superior now? Don't tell me you have to scrape off her wart. I'm still finding the shovel, Lily. We'll never dig up the treasure without a shovel. I don't know where we can find a shovel. I'd imagine they're kept. Now we just need to find a way to get. You can't walk. We really have to teach you how to. But first, you should concentrate on the. It has top priority.
Бляха, ну должны быть еще варианты.
Mother Superior didn't allow Lily to paint her things in bright colors. Since then, she only painted in black.
Я все к этому относились
Luckily,
терпимо.
This hadn't been very effective.
Я хз. Ну хрен с ним. У меня с других вариантов просто нет.
What's going on? Lily, no! Go away! Go away! I'm allergic!
Oh no. Clumsy Lily had actually dropped the bee's nest into the well. The bees didn't like it too much either. Their buzzing sounded different than usual.
Lily! Help!
Lily heard strange noises, but she just like, where could he?
Армия же. Билет после свидетельства о рождении в не очень состоянии. Штука о несудимости и еще не... Свидетельство о рождении в не очень состоянии? Да ты что? Придется заново рождаться теперь, да?
This hadn't been very effective, but
Ясно.
this hadn't been very
Ясно.
this
Тоже
hadn't been very
бесполезно. Лили! И фиг знает сбить.
The cellar door could only be opened.
Don't bother, Lily. We'll never dig up the treasure without a shovel.
Shovel.
It was too bad for the compost.
А это?
It was too bad for
Some wool from embroidery class? Not exactly what we're looking for. What do you have there? A rake? Uh-huh. I know you mean well, but I'm afraid that won't help us here. We'll never dig up the treasure without a shovel. What's that? A paintbrush? Uh-huh. Not exactly what we're looking for. We'll never dig up the treasure without a shovel. Don't bother, Lily. We'll never dig...
Я понял. Бесполезно.
It was hopeless. The tire swing was hanging so far away and seemed so unreachable that Lily thought she could almost see her popularity outlined behind it.
Мне почему-то кажется, что с Лили произойдет что-то ужасное во время игры.
Mother Superior didn't allow since then.
Армия еще это.
Too bad.
Убэт.
Lily heard strange, but she just where could he? This hadn't been very effective, but Lily. This hadn't been very effective. This hadn't been.
Что мне делать-то? Это, конечно, так тупо.
The idea was good.
Тут не так-то много мест, куда я могу пойти, и так не так-то много вещей, которые я могу сделать.
Lily wasn't allowed into the convent until the gardening had been done. Hopefully, it wouldn't start hailing again.
Я тебя научила концовка первой части, что все плохо. Меня научил только то, что не все хорошо. Особенно в этот... Та часть в этой церкви, что ли. Блин. Я думал, ключник нормальный парень, но оказался ненормальным. Внезапно. Так, чат, варианты.
Lily quickly realized that she would never get rid. She needed a better.
План получше.
Lily quickly she needed a.
Я только что попробовал. Не получилось. Я все. Ну, на этом наши полномочия все, да? У Лили необычайно длинная шея, прям как многие. Наверное, она будет моделью.
This hadn't been very effective.
Короче, план такой. Чтобы избавиться от термитов, нам нужно забрать как-то из колодца улей. Чтобы улей достать, надо, я так понял, колодец наполнить водой. Но чтобы колодец наполнить водой, надо включить эту штуку. Но эту штуку хрен, короче, включишь, потому что что? Правильно. Мать-настоятельница.
Immediately. But did I not tell you exactly what you should be doing? I just can't believe you keep finding new ways to disappoint me.
Lily didn't understand what she had done wrong. This hadn't been very effective.
Да не хочу я их соединить, господи. Ну и, соответственно, с кисточкой тоже ничего не сделаешь, да?
This hadn't been very
Да
effective.
нет уж, господи. Делай что-нибудь через окно в подвал. Подвал? Тут даже нечего делать.
This hadn't been very
Да я не
effective.
хочу, господи. Ну, привыкать придется.
The idea.
Короткие руки, короткие руки.
The idea was.
Надо откуда достать ключ от подвала. Ключ от подвала, скорее всего, лежит в колодце. Проблема нашла нас сама.
Lily, thanks a lot for your great help. You really did a fantastic job. If I can ever help you... Oh, you want the cellar key, but of course not. What in the world are you thinking? You're the one who got me to go into the well. It's your fault that I fell in. But instead of helping me get out, you throw a beehive on my head and nearly drown me. Look at me. I'm wet, covered in bee stings, and smeared from head to toe with honey. I know everyone thinks you're sweet and harmless, but you're actually a walking disaster. You can definitely forget about the key. You keep away from me. Forget it. I don't care what you have there. I don't want it because I hate you with all my heart.
Lily had been distracted for a moment, but apparently Freeman didn't even want her things, probably in case she would need them later. He was such a dear friend.
Да, он прям так и сказал.
Lily thought about collecting the honey with her bare hands, but then she remembered her recent scolding at the cafeteria. She needed a better plan. Lily thought about collecting the honey with
Да не
then
голыми
she-
руками, господи.
Lily did, aside from Edna, they were her only friends.
Чем? И его забери ключ. Бьем его.
What are you doing, Lily? Do you want to poke me even more? Oh man, I hate you.
Freeman didn't want to take Lily's things away from him. He was such a dear.
Да, конечно.
Forget it.
Freeman didn't want to take Lily's. He was such. Lily was proud of herself. She had found a way to get to the beehive, and the bees still seemed to be fine. Everyone was happy.
Мне кажется, он сейчас сам откроет. Не надо. Сейчас сам подвал откроет. Эдна.
What's new?
Блин. Мы же теперь не можем с этим, да, не можем. Что нам делать? Что нам делать? У нас здесь грабли.
He was such. He. Lily wasn't a hopefully.
Да, конечно. Опс. Так как я могу игру в окне запустить, интересно, нет? Нет, она один нас сворачивается.
I said you're not getting. Go do your other chore.
Freeman was a little grumpy, but he looked so funny with those red dots and yellow honey stains. There was Lily thought about, but then she knew.
Я понимаю Фримана.
Hey, Lily, what's new? What do you have to do? Don't tell. I'm still. Are you still? I'm really. But unfortunately, when we found the or even better, I think honey is much. It sticks to the. If we had a. Maybe there's still.
Да. Но нам нужен ключ. Тут написано Edna. Edna что-то там.
The yard waste was up. Lily.
Понятно. Так. Да-да. Видел новости. Какие именно? Я все новости видел. Я даже видел то, что Netflix вернулся обратно в Россию. Зима пришла. Опять? Куда? А когда это все происходит относительно первой части?
Драмшар тыкнул за 500.
Временно отстранить? Кого? Кто отстранить? Куда? Куда? Я смотрел прогноз погоды на неделю. Не охерел. Показывает, через 2 дня уже плюс 18. Я такой, чё? У нас сейчас 0. И снег вроде как почти растаял весь в городе. Относительно все хорошо. Поражки в снегу. Кого отстранить, не пиши. Дима! Дима! Кого отстранить-то? Стримера отстранить. Привет, Дима. Всех. Будете сами играть?
Hey, Lily.
Сейчас сделаем. Только ненадолго, а то одному скучно. Через полчаса подойду. Давай, на 5 минут метнись за чаем. У меня тут и чай есть, и сок есть, и... Колеса я не буду пока что. Нам-то что делать? Больше чая? Больше чая, богу чая. Прошлый да прошел, да, позавчера. Обе концовки. Чат просто, не знаю, тут просто куча оваций было. Народ просто визжал.
Digested Lily. The idea was good.
Да. Слишком короткие руки. А что мы можем сделать Фриману, чтобы он отдал нам ключ?
Forget it.
Freeman didn't want to take. He was such a.
Forget it.
Freeman didn't want to take. He was. This hadn't been very effective.
Да я понял уже.
Forget it.
Freeman didn't want. He was
Какой
such.
обиженный. Так как мы уже прошли, я могу тебе концовку сказать. Но не хотелось бы рассказывать тем людям, которые, не знаю, решили посмотреть все-таки прошлый стрим. Если есть такие, конечно же. На то запись обычно просматривается в 2 раза больше, чем людей на стриме. Поэтому, ну, может, кому интересно, может, кто не успел посмотреть. Хотя предположу, что ну, они не смотрят, а просто перематывают, было ли что-нибудь интересно или нет. Был бы стадо бы вот этот смешные моменты вырезал бы. Обычно он этим занимался. Что нам делать? Я что в подвал, то из подвала.
Too bad. The faucet was dry. Too bad. The cellar door. The cellar door.
Короче, нам надо здесь что-то делать. Но что?
Lily didn't want aside from Edna. They.
Может, не надо просто... Да, господи. А это типа прошлая часть? Нет, это вторая часть.
Hey, Lily, what's new?
What's new? Блин, не так. Так надо делать, походу. Лили, отстань от нее.
What's that? A paintbrush? Uh-huh. Not exactly what we're looking for. We'll never dig up the treasure without a shovel.
The termites responded very excitedly to the honey. To lure them away, Lily just had to find a good spot to spread it on.
Сюда.
The compost bin was the ideal place to move the termites to. Lily started right away. So far, the plan had worked well. Maybe a little too well. The termites were now following Lily's spilled honey back into the courtyard.
No, don't.
Strange sounds were drifting towards her from over there. It was probably the termites celebrating their new home.
Новоселье куда? Прибано?
Freeman had now left for good, but at least the termites had found a new home on the bench. And as if that weren't reason enough to be happy, they had been joined by one of those funny gnomes that Lily sometimes saw around.
Чё? Они съели Фримана?
It looked like the termites had found a new home, and one of the gnomes that Lily saw now and then was too bad that Freeman was no longer here. He would probably have liked it too.
Ему понравилось? Вы чё? Блин, эта игра жестче, чем я думал. А, да, точно, нам же лопат нужно. Ляха.
Mother Superior had strictly forbidden the children. On the other hand, Lily had a task to finish. A shovel. That's exactly what Lily needed. Lily got along great with Doris, the lunch lady. That's why she knew Doris would start throwing knives if anyone messed up her pantry.
Поэтому консервы мы трогать не будем.
The stove was black and empty, just like the mirror that always appeared in Lily's dreams.
Я все еще надеюсь, что мы выйдем к хорошей концовке. Хоть игра и линейная.
Great! I'm sure this will get us right through the ground to our treasure. What's the matter? What are you waiting for? Don't you know how to use it? Ah, don't worry. We'll find something else.
Today was Lily. She hadn't found so many new.
Находил так много игрушек, говорит.
Yay! You found a shovel! Oh, Lily, you're the best. Let's not waste any time and dig up the treasure.
And Edna and Lily began digging out what they thought was a treasure chest.
That's quite a treasure chest. It looks like it might have belonged to some space pirates once. So what? They were space pirates from World War II. Who cares?
Физические пираты
What
Второй
was it
мировой.
they left us their treasure? Come on, let's open it. I'm so excited.
Авиабомба. Господи.
That's not gonna work. Once again, more proof that the bad reputation raw violence has is completely undeserved. Here, we certainly won't get far without it. Great! Now the device should have enough oomph to open the treasure chest. What's the matter? What do you... Don't you know how to... Ah, don't worry. We'll find something else.
Эдна, ты просто зверь какой-то.
Yippee! You did it! And what's that supposed to be? Those space pirates must have led a pretty miserable life if this was their most precious treasure. Well, at least we have a fabulous chest, and I already have an idea what we can do with it. We'll bury our own treasure. Do you have anything on you? Some wool from embroidery class? Wow, that's perfect! Our friendship ribbon, the string that ties us both together, so to speak. Come on, put it in there. Now we just have to bury the chest again and...
Lily! Where did that brat disappear to now? Lily!
That's Mother Superior. What does she want now? We should check before she explodes. You have to be careful, you know?
That took much too long for my liking. Is everyone finally here?
Freeman is missing, Mother Superior.
Say nothing more! Your lack of discipline has reached a level that I can no longer tolerate. From now
Боже, ты
on,
лицо на весь
all
экран.
games on the convent grounds are forbidden. And until further notice, there will be no more dessert, and bedtime will be moved up by an hour. And in case you're wondering, it is the bad behavior of one specific student that has led me to take these measures. In my helplessness, I even decided to call on an expert for help. He's a renowned psychologist who will restore discipline and order here in the convent. The examination will take place this evening. The doctor will drive the mischief out of you once and for all. And I can guarantee this much. It won't be a pleasant experience.
A psychological examination? Oh, Lily, I'm sure this is all about me. I desperately need a plan. Meet me near the beds. I'll need your help.
You have the rest of the day off to think about what you've done wrong. I'd better not hear that you've used the time to create more mischief. And, Lily, I'm expecting you in my office. Now! I'm very disappointed in you, Lily. Can you ever do anything right? Ugh. Not another word. Your constant excuses just make me even angrier.
Черный кот в
Just
углу.
don't stand around like an idiot. Well, get a move on. Feed the cat. Can't you see how emaciated Lumpy has gotten again? Oh, stupid child!
Чем ее кормить?
Hey, where are you going? Feed the cat.
Не знаю.
Lily didn't want to spoil her nice friendship with the flower. Plants were the only things that still listened to her.
Я думал, она меня сожрет, а оказывается, это ее друг.
What on earth are you doing? Bad, Lily. Very, very bad. You should really know that Lumpy doesn't eat regular cat food. But you've disappointed me for the last time. Here's the recipe for the right cat food. Bring it to Doris, the lunch lady. It contains exact instructions for preparing Lumpy's food. Doris can also find my lunch order for today on there too. Do you understand? Uh-huh. And now, get out. I have to prepare for Dr. Marcel's arrival. I'm hoping that his new method of correcting character flaws will save me this kind of trouble in the future.
Уф. Что за душная женщина?
Miserable. Maybe Mother Superior was right, and this character correction would make everything better. The thought made Lily shudder. She had heard stories about Dr. Marcel. Dreadful stories. She should tell Edna the news.
Dr. Marcel, you say? This confirms my worst suspicions. The doctor and I still have an old score to settle. I'm sure he's coming because of me. Lily, I can't stay here any longer. I'm going to leave the convent and go into hiding for a while. There's just one catch. That guy Garrett who's constantly lurking around. I think he's spying on us for Mother Superior. So long as he keeps poking his nose into everything, I can't move freely. Do you think you can find a way to keep him off me for a while? Uh-huh. Oh, Lily, you're such a gem. What would I do without you?
Lily didn't have any talent. Mother Superior only allowed her to embroider crosses and lines. But Lily could barely manage even those and often received a scolding.
Погоди. А, это тупик, по-моему, туда выход. Господи.
And? Are you making progress? Not so loud. Dr. Marcel's ears are everywhere. If you listen closely, you can even hear the wind blowing in his ear hair. That guy is no joke. But you know the rumors, so watch out for him. He is evil. Evil. I'm sorry that I can't help you, but I can't risk Dr. Marcel finding me. You know what they say about him. It's all true. Except the story with the orangutan. I made that one up. Cool. So you've been working on your imitating animal voices number. You can tell me about it later, okay? First, we have to get rid of Garrett. I'm sure he's spying for Mother...
Окей. Шая?
Lily had always thought Shy was very pretty, much prettier than herself. But cutting off a girl's hair while she was sleeping so that you could use it to make yourself a wig just wasn't right. That's why Lily returned each night to her bunk without actually doing anything.
Блин, это чему ты учишь своих подруг?
Shibuya power! Shibuya power!
Volcano Pananoka! Shiny Rainbow Miyazaki! Shing! Shing!
What?
Why are you gawking at my hairdo? Don't tell me you've got your eye on my original Marushu Naoki hairpin. Can you believe it, Shy?
Don't believe, just know. The warriors of light see with the power of love.
Just who does she think she is? Hiroyoshi Superfrog's arch enemy Soki Nuroshi Mayayoki Hagatsu?
Down with the dark forces! Trust in the
Public.
magic of the glitter dust.
Exactly. Everyone knows that a real Shibuya girl will only part with her hairpin if it's a real emergency, and only if facing death.
Muroshi Sparkle! Mystical spirit of the wolf!
Mystical spirit of the wolf!
Kamanukri! Shing!
And anyway, what even makes you think we'll let you have any of our personal things? You haven't launched any radical paramilitary campaigns or done anything to help destroy the state.
We can't let the dark forces win!
Plus, you've never helped us destroy the school.
Does being warriors of the light really mean we have to destroy the school? It seems a little too hardcore to me.
But Riot Girl does it too! On page 31 in volume 453, she puts one of Nagayuzu's detonators in the teacher's lounge when the dark forces kidnap Musushi Rainbow.
Oh,
Shibuya is cool! Miyarushi Sparkle!
oh.
Shibuya power!
Shibuya power!
Girl, you're so clueless about trends. Just look at how you dress. Don't you know that Shibuya and only Shibuya is hot right now? Where's your glitter? Where are your Japanese accessories? Miyarushi Sparkle!
Muroshi Sparkle! Shing! Shing!
Oh man, you're really out of it, Lily.
Я нафиг не вот это вот. Так, он этажом ниже. Где мой дробовик?
There it was already there. Lily watched how her slippery fellow student disappeared into the chapel. After him.
Смотри. Щит.
It was hopeless. Edna's balloon was hanging out of reach. The chandelier was dangling out of reach on a chain, going all the way to the tower. This always made the children want to swing from it without ever being able to.
Ну... Зачем-то с собой таскаю отбойный молоток.
Lily had always liked the large painting in the main hall. It showed a dining table after a big meal, with a man in the center who had found the last cookie. Lily giggled at the thought that he would eat it all by himself, no matter how much the others begged.
Мужчина с последней печенькой. Школьные хулиганы.
Who do we have here then? Creepy Lily. How did it go with Mother Superior?
Leave her alone, Shawnee.
Only if she admits that all this trouble is her fault. We're not getting any dessert? That's right, Memphis. And we can't play outside anymore either. Is it asking too much to want to know why?
Stop picking on her. You don't really think that Lily, of all people, has done something wrong, do you? She's just not cool enough for that.
Exactly. She's such a good girl. She rakes, she cleans, she cooks. It's disgusting and dangerous because somehow it always ends in a disaster. Isn't that right, Lily? Ever since you came to the convent, it's been one strange accident after another. I hardly dare get out of bed anymore. But none of this is your fault, is it? After all, you only do what you're told. I'm sure you're even running an errand for Mother Superior right now. Let's see what you've got there.
Shawnee!
Aha! I knew it! A recipe from Mother Superior. Well, I think I'll hold on to it for now. Let's see how Mother Superior likes having to wait for her food. And this time, our sweet Lily can face the music all by herself. Let's go, guys. We're off.
You're impossible.
Нет, ну и всрался мне этот список. Забирать. Погоди, у нас туда еще был вариант, да?
Capu was the nicest guy at the convent school. Lily liked him so much that she had even named her cockroach after him. That reminded her that she'd been meaning to punch air holes in the box for weeks.
Lily, nice to see you. I hope Shawnee didn't upset you too much. He's an idiot. I think you're great, just as you are.
Lily's heart skipped a beat. This might have been the nicest thing anyone ever said to her.
You seem so tense. Is something wrong?
Lily would have liked to tell him her troubles, but she didn't want to give Edna away.
Well, if you need anything, I'm always there for you. I worry about you, you know.
Парень, единственный нормальный парень, да? Так. Класс, кладовую. Дофига вещей.
Lily had asked for a musket last Christmas. Instead, she'd been given a muskrat nibbling on gingerbread.
Я получил мускус.
Hey, don't touch it. That's my old Boy Scout equipment. I might be old, but I can tell you stories that'll make your ears ring. Some of them are about my old Boy Scout equipment, but only certified Boy Scouts are allowed to touch it. So get your hands. Oh. Hey, that's my old.
Дуля, я тебя вообще не заметил.
Hey, don't touch it. That's no.
Another treasure chest. Today was probably right after the day she didn't have to eat rhubarb because one of her teeth had cracked. Someone had trapped the guinea pig in a glass. The animal took it in stride. It didn't even try breaking out.
Это очень странно.
There were 3 empty pedestals on the shelf. That could mean something. Or nothing at all. Oh, it wasn't the skeleton from biology class after all. It was just the old man again. From history class.
Я с ним говорить не хочу. Пока.
The cabinet was locked, as usual. The animal motifs were taboo for Lily. Mother Superior only allowed her to embroider crosses and lines. But Lily could barely manage even those and often received a scolding.
Stop that! I need that as a template! Don't even bother trying to distract me, Lily. Unlike you, I actually have a sense of duty. You don't get to be Mother Superior's favorite by just standing around like a moron all day. Like you. I work hard to get all those honors and rewards. The only thing I'm missing on my path to perfection is the Golden Girl Scouts badge on a ribbon. That's why I'm working overtime, to perfect my embroidering skills. Mother Superior loves the embroidery because the pictures of animals convey important values. But you wouldn't know anything about that. You've always been terrible at embroidering, and everything else for that matter. Why don't you get to the point already? You seem to be lacking a few important lessons in values and standards. Haven't you learned anything at all? from my multi-award-winning embroidery. Each animal has an assigned character trait. Bears represent strength, and deer stand for heroic valor. There are negative role models too, of course. The porcupine, for example, is especially slow and sleepy. That's why you'll never find one on one of my banners. But maybe it's in your family's coat of arms.
Ну, тут, блин, низко.
In case you're wondering what I'm doing here, it's called embroidering. I know it's not your area of specialty. Otherwise, I doubt Mother Superior would have banned you from taking it. What a shame. I know how much you've always enjoyed embroidering.
Lily had to admit that Birgit was right. Her productive friend was really much more talented. But that was certainly no reason for Lily to wish an incurable disease on her. Neither a disease with an oozing rash, nor a disease that causes her to cough her lungs out.
Oh, take your little boo-boos to Mother Superior. I'm not her deputy. Yet. But maybe that'll change once I've collected all my awards. I'm already her favorite.
Небо кого-то, кто умеет строить шину и стены, можно было бы пойти в поход. Это к чему, Тофи?
Be quiet now. I just had a great idea for what I could put on the missing cafeteria banner. Damn, it's gone. Thanks a lot. Great job, Lily. If you want help, ask Mother Superior about a suitable animal role model. I'm already done with all my patterns. And remember, at this time of day, Mother Superior is always in the cafeteria, drinking a soothing tea. So don't wander into her office. We're not supposed to go in there alone. And hurry up. My grades depend on it.
Значит, мне туда и дорога, да?
Stop bothering me. If you carry on like this, I'll never get my last award. The Golden Girl Scouts badge on a ribbon. Oh, yes.
Поехавшие. Хотя, у каждого свои идеалы. Это что там написано было? Так, так, отсюда мы никуда не пойдем.
Each mask had two tiny holes for screws. Not even Lily's fingers could fit in there. Each mask had two tiny... Not even Lily's... The chandelier's chain was attached by just one screw. Mother Superior had forbidden Lily from eating the deadly nightshade berries, but no one had said anything about taking them.
Взять.
Mother Superior usually made her tea over the fire of the outside fireplace. Lily had heard rumors that disobedient children were hung.
Послушай, детей вешает на этот крюк.
Otherwise, Mother Superior used it to hang her tea
Вешает
kettle over
чай.
the fire.
Чайник. Мина? Какая мина? Просто думаю, во что поиграть. Янши решила играть так сильно, даже и задолбался, помимо Вольтов, проблема с модами самой игры. Шину. Строить шину из стен, ты написал.
There seemed to be some kind of bracket up on the wall, but Lily couldn't continue without more light.
Ну, крепление для факела.
The cheerful flower seemed to like Lily. At least it bent forward just a touch when Lily came close. Lily had a basic understanding of how the dumbwaiter worked. You took out the food and put the dirty plates back in when you were done.
Там ничего нет.
A note was pinned on the receipt holder.
Dear, crossed out, Ms. Zimmelbach, I have to say I'm very surprised by the way you fulfilled my request to send me a pet for my students' classroom. I had a real animal in mind, one that conveyed important values, like a puma or a boa constrictor. But the guinea pig you sent is useless to me. I've pickled it in alcohol to save it for the dissection class in biology. Send me a proper animal immediately, or you will not have heard the last of me. Regardless, Mother Superior Ignatz.
Никаких проблем. Ну, типа, я не умею играть под защитой. Фактор Question тоже не умею начать. Вот и вот. Короче, ну... Проблемы... Я не вижу проблемы, но все равно скажу. Типа, защиту достаточно построить хорошую стену, имея, конечно же, топливо и лазерки. Можно и пулемет турели, но придется патроны ввести постоянно. А насчет шины, блин, метод научного тыка. Есть видосы у меня на канале в Дискорде. Если хочешь, можешь там посмотреть.
Lily had to make sure she didn't get the skewer in her eye. It was so easy to have an accident.
Да.
Lumpy's bowl was nicely decorated. Life as Mother Superior's pet was probably wonderful and fulfilling. Lumpy was hungry, or he was tired, or bored. It was always hard to tell with him.
А где глаза? Так, я потихоньку разбираюсь, что где и как. Это в столовую, это к колодцу, это в часовню.
Shawnee was mean. First he had stolen Lily's recipe, and now he was setting cobwebs at the well on fire. Still, Lily didn't think he deserved having spiders lay eggs in his eye sockets at night. Good children didn't have such thoughts.
Ooh, look who's coming to get her recipe back. If it isn't our little goody two-shoes Lily, you better split before I tie your shoelaces together. Or worse.
Ну так, в панели можно просто поставить пару турелей лазерных, и этого хватит, а еще проще защитить всю красную зону. А вот СЕ, начал играть в СЕ. Неужто все скачали мои сохраненки? Ну, конечно, весело, но, наверное, сначала начать было бы лучше.
What? Now you're upset? Did the nasty boy bother you again? Uh-huh. You're such a crybaby. Well. What's this? Is this you standing up for yourself? Just look at you, Lily, with your bow and your braids. You don't actually think you could stand up to a bad boy like me, do you? I was playing with matches before you said your first morning prayer. How could I ever take someone like you seriously? Do you know how to spit cherry pits? Or hunt sparrows with a slingshot? Just face it. You'll never be as tough as me, and that means you won't get your recipe either.
Блин. В жопу иди. Я найду способ, как урегулировать этот вопрос. Как я давно в СЕ играл. Все приходит с опытом. Что тут делаешь?
Lily got along That's why she knew Doris would start. Memphis was trembling all over. No wonder. The stove had gone out.
Huh? What? Quick! Close the door before anyone sees me! This is the last safe place in the entire convent, and I wanted to stay that way. Don't even try talking me out of it. I'm staying here. It's much too dangerous out there.
Lily had no idea what Memphis was talking about, but he'd always been jumpy.
But someone might hear you, and then they'll take away my hiding place. And if they take away my hiding place, then I'll definitely be next. The stove is the safest place in the entire convent. You know, it has a crump steel casing, titanium reinforced interior walls, and is lead coated inside. I'd even survive a bomb attack in here. Now get lost before someone discovers me. If you're looking for your recipe, talk to Shawnee. He pocketed it. La 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 la. The end of the world is near.
Окей. Раз уж ты просишь.
Oh, how wonderfully the fully operational detonator on the aircraft bomb blinked. A real treasure chest. It was hard to tell, but Lily was actually speechless. This ball of wool. Lily wanted it to stay in the treasure chest.
Блин, ну это палевно.
The yard waste was rotting away. A paradise. Lily couldn't.
Угу.
Edna had apparently left an inscription here. Lily was touched. Edna was Lily's best friend. The tire swing.
Ну это мы читали. Ну, короче, здесь больше ничего нет. Так, пойдем-ка мы в студию.
What's this? Where had Garrett gone? The chapel didn't have a second exit.
Please stay off the slabs, okay? You're interfering with my research.
The cross looked very unstable. Lily thought it would make much more sense to simply place it upside down.
Логично.
The carving showed a begging monk with conspicuously empty hands. But something was missing. Dignity, for example, but something else too.
Достоинство, наверное. Не знаю.
Lily had to confess that she was once again completely lost. The good old confession booth. Lily had been coming here often since the self-flagellation had stopped working. Lily spent a lot of time in the confession booth. Only she knew what she mumbled during those long hours. At least ever since the father who took her confessions had died of a heart attack.
Wait. No, nothing. I thought I detected a resonance echo in the floor. And where there's a resonance echo in a floor, the hollow space can't be far. A crypt. Or a hidden pool salon for Templars with outrageously hip hairstyles.
What?
Your question is completely justified. What would Templars be doing in a pool salon? It's just one of the countless mysteries surrounding the Templars. Where did they come from? Where did they go? Did they get a group discount ticket for their journey? And who was their hairstylist? There is just one answer to all these questions. The Great Church Conspiracy. And we can be certain that the evidence is buried beneath these stone slabs. If only I had the right tool to dig it up. Find it. Shh, for a second.
Oh, great. If there's just been a landslide in the Templar's subterranean crypt, then now I've missed it. How the hell are you supposed to uncover church conspiracies if you keep getting interrupted? Just the constant stream of people going to confession is getting on my nerves. But compared to you, they're as quiet as church mice. I have no idea who they are. They creep into the confession booth and only come out when it gets too noisy for them. All that will be over with as soon as I have the right tool for my excavation anyway. Sorry, Lily, but I'm just not interested in small talk. All I care about are church conspiracies. There's a lot to talk about there, but unfortunately, most of it's secret. And without the right tool, I won't be able to uncover the secret. So either you go and get me the tool I need, or you just leave. That would be fine with me too.
Мне что-то кажется, Лили просто тупо всех убьет.
You're destroying the holy illuminescence of the stone slabs. And if they lose their illuminescence, they certainly won't be in the mood to reveal their secret anymore. And there's no doubt that they have a secret. I know Templar symbols when I see them. Where there are Templars, a secret crypt with details on church conspiracies can't be far. If only I had the right tool to drill them out. Then, all I'd need to know is which slab to drill under to get my hands on the church conspiracy. If it's one that has a neck, because there are those with a neck and those without.
Lily was impressed. Everything Frank said made sense.
Ну, кроме всего, что он говорит, конечно. Не знаю, может тебе перфоратор дать?
Ah, very good. That's exactly what I need. Now, if I only knew where to drill. But such knowledge was probably lost long ago. No one is old enough to still remember the age of the Templars. Otherwise, I'm sure I'd have long since had that church conspiracy by the scruff of its neck. Oh well, I'll just start.
Damn, how am I supposed to work with all this noise?
Как ты вышел?
Hey, Frank! Frank! Ah, what the hell?
A surveillance room. That was the hard evidence that Garrett was spying for Mother Superior. A surveillance room.
Там больше ничего не взять?
A survey.
Да я понял, понял.
Please stay off the slabs, okay?
Интересно, куда он пошел? И вообще норм рядом с перфоратом стоять. Она невосприимчива к таким вещам.
Something was missing here. And even if it wasn't Lily's fault this time, she felt guilty anyway. Just as a prevention. Edna always knew a few good jokes about bananas. But since Lily was such a good girl, she didn't understand any of them. The coconuts were quiet today, but it didn't matter. By now, Lily knew enough about shrunken heads.
Сушеных головах?
Lily liked apples. They were healthy, and sometimes you found worms in them. At least they listened when you spoke to them. Mother Superior drank a calming tea. Maybe she should switch brands. Lily liked Doris, and her feelings were reciprocated.
What are you gawking at me for, you stupid little brat?
She was tough on the outside, but soft on the inside.
Keep gawking like that and I'll wring your neck!
At least she liked children.
Oh, how I loathe you children! I wish you'd all die of smallpox!
Aside from Edna, Doris was Lily's best friend.
What was that? You impertinent little slug! I can't stand it when people gossip about me behind my back! The youth of today is becoming ever more insolent! No wonder, with all the violence and foul language in the media! If I could, I'd twist your heads off one by one! Where are my canning jars? I need something to calm my fingers! Otherwise something terrible might happen here! Now I understand. You came to complain about the food, right? Well, then I have bad news for you. Children only get food from canning jars, and that's that. My hands are trained to twist the lids off. I haven't been wringing the necks of caged chickens for 20 years for nothing. Plus, I've got a court order that says I gotta open 10 jars a day. You can thank my idiotic lawyer for that.
Что за наказание такое?
What's the matter? Why are you staring at me like that? What are you even doing here between meal times? I know what I'm doing here. A jail sentence commuted to 10 years community service on probation, thanks to diminished responsibility. Blah, 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 blah. Do you really want to hear this? Yeah, Mother Superior didn't want to hear it either. And as long as she doesn't ask about it directly... Anything else? Do I have to explain it to you with puppets? Mealtime ended long ago! The only thing that I'm still cooking today is food for Mother Superior's cat! And the food for Mother Superior herself! Or I should say I would. But my knife disappeared. And on top of that, the stove in the cellar has gone out. So I couldn't cook anything anyway. However, the most important thing is that Mother Superior still wanted to send a recipe to me. You don't happen to have it on you, do you? Before you ask for more food again, it's been hours since I held a canning jar in my hand. My hands always get a bit nervous at times like this. They break everything they touch. Children's legs, children's arms. I just can't control them.
Пипец, она психованная. Опять наорут. Нет? Так. Шарик.
Shawnee didn't seem to be interested. Lily had to find some other way to impress him. Lily knew she wasn't supposed to play with it. Food was such, and when it started acting up, Lily would get scared.
Еда, возмущаться.
Lily knew she was food, and when Lily knew she was food was
Не
such,
понял. Я так думаю, белладонна предназначается кое-кому другому.
Shawnee didn't see. Lily had to find.
Так.
And are you making progress? Cool. So you've been working on your imitating animal. You can tell me about it. First, we have to get rid of Garrett. Before you say anything, I think Garrett has a secret Yeah, a kind of listening station in the confession booth. This should prove once and for all that he's spying for Mother Superior. The question is whether we can somehow use this knowledge against him.
Lily actually had an idea. She would lock Garrett in his secret room. She could hardly wait to tell her best friend all about it.
Wait, I know. What if we locked Garrett in his secret surveillance room? Just pretend you want to give confession, and when he's in his hiding place, wham! Our trap will snap shut on him. Oh, don't be sad, Lily. I'm sure you'll come up with a good idea next time. But for now, let's get to work. It was my plan, so now you have to set it in motion. Wait a minute. What's that? Do you hear those noises too? I think someone's drilling inside the chapel. It's probably just Frank looking for evidence of a church conspiracy again. Dang! That could ruin our plans. If Garrett can't listen in on you, we won't be able to lock him in his hiding place. You have to think of something to get rid of Frank. Did you happen to find the plans for my time machine? They weren't finished yet anyway. How big is the microwave oven in the school cafeteria? Forget it. That won't work. And all my other ideas are a little complicated. We don't have time for them. I guess the easiest thing to do would be to help him with his search. Once Frank has found what he's looking for, he'll hopefully stop drilling. Cool. You can tell me. First, we have to get rid of Garrett. I'm sure he's...
Я понял.
No thanks. I don't eat fruit. I'm hoping to get scurvy for my guest appearance in a pirate adventure. I already have periodontitis. Do you want to see? You're right. We have more urgent problems. Bravo! You found a board. I hope it's not part of one of those games where you have to cross a river. Did you know that deadly nightshade is actually incredibly tasty and healthy? It's a proven fact that you can tell all of your friends.
Почему все скатывается к тому, что мне придется всех убить? Не пойму. Мне уже страшно за всех. Так.
What's that for? If you really want to help, then decipher the symbols on the stone slabs. I think I'm drilling in the wrong spot. Don't you know anyone who's good at history?
Потому что это такая игра. Но... Не спорю.
The cross wobbled back and forth like it was dancing. Lily briefly considered whether she should point it out to Frank, but he was busy drilling through some kind of anchoring.
Ну, его хотя бы здесь нет. Лес очень весело шатается над этим мужиком. Да. Я из белладонны хожу в кармане. Потом, что мне не понравилось, это то, что вот здесь вот на проходе прям перилов нет. Может, мне надо наоборот его покормить, не знаю.
Lily didn't think that Lumpy would eat it.
Как минимум, можно было попробовать.
Lily didn't want to spoil her nice friendship with the flower. Plants were the only things that still listened to her.
Все по технике безопасности. Да уж, в психушку то же самое было. Особенно, когда я увидел мусорки с ключами битком набитыми. Так, Нам надо что-то сделать. Нам надо что-то сделать. Как-то загнать его туда. Я при этом без понятия, где он вообще.
Capu was the night Lily liked him so that reminded her.
You seem so tense. Is something wrong?
Lily would have liked to tell him her trouble.
Well, if you need anything, I worry about you. Keep your things to yourself. I'm sure you worked very hard for them. Keep your things to yourself. I'm sure you...
Если я просто зашла в столовую и все. Нафиг тебе. Никак не могу до этого парня найти. Где мне его искать? И тем более, как мне разгадать загадку тамплиеров?
What are you creeping around here for? Feed the cat. Don't tell me you're done already. No. That's what I thought. I am slowly losing the will to keep constantly having to remind you children of what good values are. Take a look at the embroideries on the wall. They depict all of the important virtues. Superiority, strength, and self-control. I'm quite aware that self-control is missing. Do you think I'm blind? Now leave. I have to drink a calming tea. If you pass the classroom, remind Birgit to hurry up with her embroidering. If the self-control motif isn't finished today, I will really blow my top.
Самоконтроль. Самоконтроль, самоконтроль. Нужно просто поиграть в Assassin's Creed. Чтобы пройти одну игру, надо поиграть в другую игру.
Are you making progress?
Нету.
Birgit was Mother Superior's favorite student. She had to be the happiest child in the world.
You don't distract me. Can't you see I'm working? Probably not. You probably don't even know what hard work looks like. Have you asked Mother Superior about the motif for the next banner yet? Well then.
Спасибо, мы только что об этом говорили. Да, мы, походу, сегодня ненадолго, потому что у меня уже глаза слезятся, и каждые 5 секунд зеваю.
What have you got now? I hope it's a weapon for the battle against... But that's a real detonator, and it's live! You have to defuse it, Suka! Hurry! But with what? With the power of love! What? Are you... Wait! I know! Phew, that that was close.
We'll snitch to Mother Superior.
Exactly. This time you really went too far, Lily. What on earth are you thinking? You're even crazier than I thought.
Totally un-Gumbo.
Don't just stand there. Get that bomb away from us. Take it somewhere where it can't do any damage. A bomb-proof place, a fireproof drum, or something like that?
Да я уже знаю куда.
Nice thought. But I'm afraid that also won't help us get rid of Dr. Marcel. That guy just keeps coming back.
Like the Terminator.
Or Santa Claus.
Не-не-не.
It was the perfect place to get rid of the detonator.
What's that? Well, what do you have there?
Lily could finally use the hairpin.
Does it have to blink like that?
Lily closed the door again to keep Memphis's hiding place safe.
Лили.
Something seemed to be wrong with Lily's ears today. She kept hearing all these sounds.
О, блин. Боже мой. О, блин. Чат, ты точно хочешь, чтобы я это прошел, да? Мне кажется, там вообще ничего нет. Классная игра, добрая.
The stove was black and empty, just like the mirror that always appeared in Lily's dreams.
В общем, этот как его, гном, или как он его там назывался, раскрашивает все то, что, блин, кишками покрыто.
What's that for? If you really want to help, I think, don't you...
Таблички, да. Он на цензуру работает. Видать, хорошо зарабатывает. Готов в стенку стучиться. Так, что дальше? Может, попробую все-таки.
What's that? If you really... I think, don't you know...
Я без понятия, что делать дальше. Что с этими масками не так, тоже не пойму.
Lily didn't want to spoil her plans were the only. Lily didn't want to spoil plans were.
Так, я так понимаю, надо, короче, что-то сделать. Сюда что-то еще повесить. Короче, надо что-то сделать, чтобы растение кошака село. А где там было? Здесь вроде.
What's that? It reminds me of... No, nothing rings a bell. It reminds me of... nothing at all. Oh, a visitor. What a rare animal. The hawk. But I don't mean the remake. I mean the original with extra ketchup, please. How rude of me. I forgot to tell you how it used to be. When the pyramids were built, I was the chief flogger on the north side. Yes, in my life I've unified. Unified Tibet, I said. Back then, I served as a carpet beater under 3 different Dalai Lamas. For one of them, I was even there as a rebirth assistant in the maternity ward. It was very different from the year I was an interior decorator for the Mayas. Build a mythical sliding puzzle here, hide a few artifacts in dark alcoves over there. Oh yes, I was building secret crypts when you were still in the indie band Inquisition Overload. But it flopped, unfortunately. The time wasn't right for that kind of music. Plus, our drummer had the plague. I got old. So old that all I'm good for now is as an exhibition piece for history I'll get to that in a moment. First, I wanted to tell you, telling stories takes a lot of skill. That's why I worked for a while as an exhibition piece for history class in a convent school. I just had to tell stories about my adventures once a week. For example, how I used to excavate secret crypts with the Templars
Давай их поподробнее с этого
below
места.
the chapel. Or about my time as a lighting assistant for the moon landing. What? I must have dropped off for a moment. But I was just going to tell you an exciting story from my past. Was it the story of how I tried to navigate to Cape Town and ended up discovering the Eurasian continent? Oh, I know. I wanted to tell you how I helped the Templar Knights build the convent chapel, right? I was particularly happy because I had eaten a banana. Or was I sad because all there was to eat was coconuts again? No, the coconuts were when the Trojan mayor gave me the key to the city for my heroic valor. Or was my heroic valor while building dikes in Atlantis? But I think I had an apple that day. Wasn't I a little more sleepy in Atlantis? And angry while building the chapel? Oh, what poppycock. I'm getting everything mixed up. Fortunately, I created a memory aid just for this anecdote, so that I'd remember the location of the secret crypts below the convent chapel. Uh-oh, someone tidied up the shelf. That's where the objects for my 3 E's should be. Emotion, engagement, and eating. Now I can't... can't make a fool of myself. Now, let's see. No fear. I haven't forgotten your earlier question. On the contrary, I'm known for remembering everything all the time. This is thanks to a little trick I learned from an old Chinese mason long ago. All I need is a memory aid, like objects that remind me of the 3 E's. The first E stands for emotion. It tells me whether I was sad, happy, or angry in that situation. The second E stands for engagement. It reminds me of whether I overcame the situation with strength, heroic courage, or sleepiness. The third E stands for eating. To remember, I have to know which fruit I ate that day. Vitamins are good for the... What's the matter, sweetheart? Did you forget your question? Here's a small tip. Just try to remember the 3 E's. The first E tells me whether I was... The second E, it reminds me... The third E, to remember, I have to know...
Дима, зачем мешаешь спать деду? Ему пора принимать таблетки.
Did I tell you about my memory? I don't think so. All I need are 3 or more. Does that answer? An instructive story. Unfortunately, my memory aid, if I only knew what the... But right now, all I can remember... 4, to be precise. As everyone knows, each different food, for example, I was never sad if I'd packed a few apples, because they always helped me be very strong.
Еще раз.
As everyone knows, each different food creates exactly one emotion and promotes one characteristic. For example, I was never sad if I'd packed a few apples, because they always helped me be very strong. I could only do heroic deeds on days when I wasn't sad. On the other hand, if I was angry, I could never show great strength.
Еще раз.
I could only do heroic deeds on days when I wasn't sad. On the other hand, if I was angry, I could never show great strength. I could only do heroic deeds. On the other hand, if I was angry, I could never show great strength. Coconuts were always good at preventing sleepiness. On this one specific day when I was helping the Templars, I was neither happy about an apple nor angry about a banana. But I also wasn't sad about a banana or happy about a coconut.
Че?
On this one
Я не был
specific
счастлив
day
из-за
when I was
яблока.
helping the Templars, I was neither happy about an apple nor angry about a banana. But I
Я не
also
был
wasn't
счастлив из-за
sad about a
яблока.
banana or happy about a coconut. On this one specific
Не
day
был
when I
зол
was
из-за
helping the
банана.
Templars, I was neither happy about an apple nor angry about a banana. But I also wasn't sad about a banana or happy about a coconut.
Еще раз
On
ему
this,
сказал бы.
but I also
Я
wasn't
не был
sad about a
грустен из-за
banana
банана.
or happy about a coconut. On this one specific, but I also wasn't sad about a
Счастлив из-за
banana
вкуса.
or happy about a coconut. On this, but I all on this one specific, but I also
Ничего не понял. Такая, блин. Какая хрень.
As everyone knows, each different food, for example, I was never sad if I'd packed a few apples because they always helped me be very strong. As everyone knows, for example, I was never sad if I'd packed a few apples because they always helped
Яблоко
me
сила,
be
да?
very strong. As everyone knows, each different food, for example, I was never sad if I'd packed a few apples because they always helped me be very strong. Wait. Fortunately, Uh-oh. That's where the object's emotion, without the 3 E's, reasonable. Now, let's see. What's the did you for? Here's a small tip. The first E stands for emotion. It tells me whether I was sad, happy, or angry in that situation. The second E stands for engagement. It reminds me of whether I overcame the situation with strength, heroic courage,
Сила, храбрость, сонливость.
the third E stands for eating. To remember, I have to know which fruit I ate that day.
Так, третью я прослушал. Еще и первый надо дополнить.
It tells me whether I was
Грустным, счастливым или злым.
happy or angry in that situation. The second E stands for engagement. It reminds me of whether I overcame the situation with strength, heroic courage, or sleepiness. The third E stands for eating. To remember, I have to know which fruit I ate that day.
Опыт. Так,
What's the did you here's a the first it tells me whether I
счастливым
was
или злым.
sad, happy, or angry in that situation. The second the two
Я понял. Так. Правда, когда не грустный. То есть мне надо как-то выставить фрукты. Вкуса сонливости. Не был счастлив из-за яблока, не был зол из-за банана, не грустил из-за банана, не был счастлив из-за кактуса.
Wait, fortunately, that's where emotion without the 3 reasonable would have been. Now let you want. I laugh because I.
Я был счастлив из-за банана. О, из-за яблока. Так. О. Это какая-то фигня. Чуть на первое место ставить.
It was the old man's memory aid. If Lily wanted him to help her, she had to find the right object, an emotion, an engagement, and something to eat.
Что-то пожевать. Я не понимаю, куда бы я ни тыкал, оно ставится только на третье место. Не был счастлив из-за вкуса, не был счастлив из-за яблок. Так, не был счастлив. И... Тебе же говорили, что последняя это энергия. Мне нужно выбрать из 3 фруктов. Но что тогда первые 3?
It was the old man's. If Lily wanted an emotion, the original.
Да не смешивай ты, господи.
It was the old man. If Lily an emotion.
Это те зверьки. Вот эти вот. Ну, значит, это потом еще, не скоро.
Firecrackers. How did they ever get up there? The gargoyle had lost its balance long ago. Only a thin rope was stopping it from falling. Why didn't it just give up? The school clock was out of reach. The gargoyle seemed to worry about its companion, but it also didn't lift a finger to stop it from falling. Typical.
Типично. Типикал. Да не туда, господи.
Lily wasn't able to loosen the screw with her bare hands. She needed a different tool.
Damn! How am I supposed to work with all this noise? Hey! Frank! Frank! What?
Keep your things to yourself. I'm
Ясно. От тебя вообще толку нет. А вот 3 маски. Но мы их тоже открутить не можем. Грустный, злой, счастливый. Значит, сила, храбрость, сонливость — это статуэтки. Нам нужен какой-то инструмент. Но какого рода инструмент? Ключ какой-то или плоскочи? М. Стрелка не появляется. Оп, и появляется. Сложно думать. М.
And? Are you making progress?
Без понятия.
Lily's embroideries were useless. Mother Superior had said that more than once.
Это вся вышивка. Это черточка, крестик, черточка, штрихи.
Lily didn't have Mother Superior, but Lily could barely manage even those and often
Oh, what fabulous thing do you have there? Is that for me by any chance? Oh, too bad.
Lily knew she wasn't supposed food.
Да,
When
да,
is-
да.
Stay away from us! You're out of your mind running around here with real explosives.
Much too hardcore.
That won't work at all.
Down with the dark forces!
Да. Орут они, а чокнутый я.
Please stay off the slabs, okay? You're interfering with my research.
И такая музыка. Или сколько влезет. Так, ладно, для записи пока не нужны будут всё равно. Что нам делать?
It looked like the termites had found, and one of the gnomes that Lily saw now and then was in the... Too bad that Freeman was no longer... He would probably have liked it too. Shawnee didn't seem... Lily had to find some... Shawnee didn't seem... Lily...
Ну да, точно не могу отдать.
Shawnee... Lily...
Ну так, считай, этот озадаченно, короче, палит этих тараканов в кустах. Нет у меня вариантов, блин. Я не знаю, что делать.
The mask was tightly screwed into the wall. But did that also mean that one wasn't allowed to take it?
It only means you have to find the right tools. Something small enough to loosen the screws.
Oh, what luck. Lily was relieved. Perfect. The hairpin fit exactly into the holes.
Так, я так понимаю, теперь заколку можно вернуть?
Stay away from us. You're out of your mind running much too. That won't.
Ну, как хочешь. Я не знаю, там яблоко должно было быть, ну. И с этим нам надо определиться, да? Может, нам надо...
Stop, Dord. Feed it and don't if yourself self. Now, I have to.
Mother Superior only... So why should Lily bother? Mother... So why...
Короче, ученики сидят. И этот мать-настоятельница с палкой такой. Табличка.
Once again, Lily's efforts were in vain. Only Mother Superior could open the cabinet. Once again, only...
Окей, окей. Бляха. Как? Она просила узнать, какое животное олицетворяет там.
Is that real? Feed the cat. If the self-control motif isn't finished
Самоконтроль.
today, so
You can't you see? Why don't you get? You seem to be lacking. Haven't you learned anything at all? Each animal has an assairs represent strength. There are negative role model. The porcupine, for that's why you're maybe. Have you asked Mother Superior? Well then, get.
Сама не знаю, что она хочет. Ну, в смысле, какая-то настоятельница. Надеюсь, она хочет самоконтроль.
Lumpy was hungry, or he was tired, or bored. It was always hard to tell with him.
Без понятия, что вставлять. Почему браузер превращает мой комп в вертолет? Он себя так, этот, как это называется, идентифицирует. Во. Какой браузер? Chrome? Chrome жрет оперативу. Opera GX попробуй. Опера? Простая опера. Вроде не должна эта сука жрать. Нет, GX стоит. GX. Фиг знает. Компьютер не предназначен для таких нагрузок.
you again. You shouldn't be one of strangers, and I have an ally.
Нет.
You're still time, and as long as there's none, unless you have.
Нет ножа, нет, печка не зажжена, нет рецепта. Я печку сейчас зажгу. Печка бубум, бабах, тарарах.
Lily knew it was bad manners to burn things she found in the chapel. There were those voices again, ordering Lily to burn her stuff. Too bad there was no fire in the stove. There were those voices again, or too bad.
Мне кажется, я что-то упускаю. Ну, в смысле, что-то делать не делаю.
should destroy I you still time is lost to this unless you don't bother. I won't be able to cook when I get my hand. They'll be amazed with all the things a knife can do. Forget the recipe. As long as the stove in the cellar is out, I won't. No recipe? Yeah, then there's no way.
Окей.
It's been hours. My hands always, they break everything. Children's legs. I just can't control them.
И даже лицо не пририсовали. Нужна лопата, чтобы закинуть уголь, и зажигалку, чтобы поджечь. Без понятия, где брать лопату. А с ним как разбираться, интересно?
Somehow that reminds me of an old friend called Peter. That's him. That's the Dr. Marcel I've been telling you about. He looked exactly like that. No thanks. Hairpins are useful, but I prefer to rely on my toenails. That's nice of you, but I don't need any marbles right now. I've lost my slingshot, you know?
Рогатка. Угу. Значит, у кого-то рогатка. Но на кой ляд нам рогатка нужна, может быть? Не понимаю. Лили, походу, до конца дня всех просто убьет, всех порешает. Даже мать-настоятельницу.
At night, Mother Superior placed her kettle over the fire here. But at this time of day, she preferred to drink her calming tea in the cafeteria.
Фиг его знает уже, что делать. Но я думаю, найдем в итоге рано или поздно ответ на все вопросы. Так, там больше ничего не было. Нет. Там тоже нет. Овц. Нечаянно. Да, что-то я пропускаю. И как эта печка должна заработать? У меня мозги спеклись. Давайте оставим на завтра, хорошо? Остальное. Я как раз попробую загадку решить. Хотя, наверное, я так просто ее не решу, да? Тем не менее, вы на сегодня хорош. И мы уже продолжим завтра. И может быть даже в субботу. Ну, сколько сможем, столько и сможем. А пока что на этом все. Да. И типа... Подожди. Эту игру я не помню. Эту игру я не помню. Это мы играем. Да поди, точно. Те же разрабы. Отлично, просто отлично. Ладно. Увидимся завтра. Пока что все. Всем доброй ночи. Пока-пока.